Alrighty, so we got the truck backed into the garage here. I got the piece welded in here, all those pieces cut out. This is kind of what it looks like from this side. The ratchet strap is to hold the leaves down. It's all welded in. Don't come at me, I'm not a professional welder, but that's what I got. This side actually turned out really good. This weld, nice and strong. The holes are drilled in and line up, but obviously you can see that metal is shot, so I'm going to put a plate on the inside against that. I'm actually contemplating cutting this old metal out, and because I don't think I'll be able to get a flat plate against it, and then get that hooked back up again. We have a prediction of a big blizzard, so my plans of like a full restoration I think are probably going to be on hold, and I'm going to focus on getting this rail done, and then we'll go from there. I'm going to put a cross member for sure. Probably not going to be able to do the shocks. Oh, one helpful thing. When I disconnected this, so both of the leaf springs were broken, the rear axle rotated like that and disconnected the goddamn drive shaft. So if you're doing this and you happen to disconnect both of those, just be aware. That created a whole another headache. But all right, stay tuned. I'm going to put you in the tripod, and we're going to get this side finished up, this side hopefully built, and a cross member in. That's the goal for today. Pulling towards me. Okay. Real quick, I got POR 15. These little cans are the only thing I could get, or are fine locally without having to wait for them to ship. So I'm going to paint the inside of that before I put that shackle back on, and hopefully that'll help do some rust prevention here too. so I'll take you out of the tripod for a second. So I tack welded essentially an inner plate there, and my intention is to go back and weld it all the way in, but I wanted to get that bracket in. Pretty happy with it. I think that metal is awfully thin, but it'll add some support. This is pretty good metal on this side, so and I don't know the best way to do this, but that's how I got it on there, and it looks like it's sitting pretty good. My idea is to use this angle iron as the template for the frame here. This notch, I assume, there needs to be something there. I'll drill a hole, obviously, for the bracket, but weld these together, and I'm just going to tack weld it and see how it goes. I'm just, like usual, winging it and hoping for the best, but it looks a little long, and now that I'm standing right here, I don't know if you can see there or not, but maybe I'll remeasure and just check it out. All right, stay tuned. Quick update, we have cross member welded in. I'm putting that bracket on just to see how it looks. The new one that came with the kit with these pieces. I wasn't sure like what would be a good distance, because it didn't seem to be the same. But I went out and measured the bed, and the distance between this hole and this hole, which is the mounts, are 30.5 inches on the bed, and these are exactly 30.5 inches. That's how I determined the length of this. So I am in the process of finishing up all the welding, but I ran out of welding wire, so I gotta go to the store. So hence the update. This is my frame repair. It seems super strong. I just stood on the back of it. I'm gonna weld this whole line in, so this is one solid piece. And here's the frame rail repair on this side. 3 pieces welded together, and then there's a piece on the bottom as well. So let's hope that this works. Those shocks are really bad. Without this leaf spring attached, it it just bounces all over the place. But I'm not terribly concerned about that, and I'm kind of on a time crunch. The one big thing I do want to do is the gas tank strap is just dangling. I can show you right down in there. Yep, see the little T there? That's not attached. They actually had a ratchet strap, the guy who I bought it from, holding up the gas tank. I can weld in a piece, I think, just to hang that on. So in a little bit I'm going to run to the store, and then I'll be back, and I'll throw you back in the tripod, and you can watch the rest of the progress here. All right, guys, day 2 update. The aftermath of yesterday. I'm pretty happy with how everything is coming along, but we are, like I said earlier, on a time crunch. And so I think the focus today is going to be finish weld these and mount the bumper. Finish weld and mount the bumper, finish weld that piece there, and get the bumper mounted. And if I can do that, I got 2 new shocks, which are in the car there. I'm going to not make those a priority, because I discovered that there's no nut on this side. So if I cut this bolt, I might have to drill that out, and that mounting point does not look very strong. So I'm concerned about putting new shocks on there and then them breaking. It's Wednesday. There is a large storm predicted on Saturday, so I need this to be functional by Saturday. So I'm gonna keep moving here, and we'll see how it goes. All right, so here's the bumper. I have no intention of ever towing anything with this. So the hitch frame's coming off. It's hard to see, but the bumper, this is actually the bumper attachment, and it goes, this is the old frame that was broken off. I'm using this side, even though it's completely shot, as a reference, because I cut that off on that side. So I'm going to have to bend, you can see this bend here, I'm gonna have to bend a piece on that side to make it match and get it to hook up. So this is gonna be a little bit more than just a simple, cut a couple things off and go from there. So I'm gonna leave it attached and just weld it in. I think that's the plan, at least. See how it goes. shock out. Tipped it on its side just to take the video, and it's got holes in it. I'd say it was past its prime. So there's the new guys going in. Of course, yes, I just said 3 seconds ago that I wasn't going to do this, but changed my mind. That is going to need some reinforcement, but the bolts came out so easy that I said hell with it. I have them, and I think it'll make a big difference with a big snowstorm coming. So welding on hold and shocks. So this is where we're at. Bumper welded on a piece of L channel, whatever, because I cut it mistakenly. So that's what it's supposed to look like. And what I'm going to do is there's 3 holes, and there's three mounting holes right there, or 2 mounting holes, I should say. And I don't remember, or I don't know how they line up. So what I'm going to do is put the bed on, line up the bed, get test fit the bed with the new bolts. Then I'll be able to put the bumper on. I need to drill 2 holes in that, which I'm just going to wait till I decide which holes they're going to go into. And shocks are on, reinforced with a little bit of actually a slice of that welded on the inside. So that's actually super sturdy now. So 2 new shocks. I have the brake line. I'm going to do that before I put the bed on. And I think that's it. It needs to be painted, like I showed you. It's got that POR 14 or 15, whatever. But I'm not super like anxious to do that. I'm happy to do that in the summertime. What I am trying to do is get this bed and everything situated so I know the truck is good for Saturday. So stay tuned. We're going to put the bed back on. So this is what I'm doing. Just getting those lined up through there, and then I'm gonna put a nut. It's gonna be kind of a pain in the ass, but I think that's the only real way I can do it. All right, so everything is back together. Bumper is on. Bed is bolted down. Nothing is painted. Ran out of time. Don't have time to do it. But seems like it rides pretty level generally. I would say it's a little high. There's a dip for this support that isn't there in my frame repair, so it's tilted just a slightly, but doesn't bother me. So I'm going to end the video with some plowing, hopefully tomorrow. All right, thanks for watching, guys.